Hello and welcome to Religious Views of Death and Dying. My name is Beverly McGuire and I'm an associate professor here at UNC Wilmington. I'll be the instructor for the course. This is a graduate level course. It's the first time that I've taught this course, although my research interest in religious views of death and dying goes back several years. So the course is structured into different modules. There are 8 modules total for the course, so we will be doing 2 modules each week in the course. On the course homepage, you'll see a list of the different types of assignments. In brief, there are 4 different types of assignments that you'll be doing in the course. 2 are related to the discussion boards. So for each module, so that means 2 discussion boards each week for this summer school course. For each module, you'll be expected to first write a post to the discussion board, which should be roughly 2 to 3 paragraphs in length. And I just wanted to let you know, I will be giving prompts, so questions that I expect you to address in your post, but you should also please feel free to raise any questions about the readings or comments, additional comments, whatever else you found interesting or maybe even perplexing about the readings, as well as drawing from other resources in your own study and research on religious views of death and dying. Bring any of those sorts of comments into the discussion boards. I think that's what is going to make the discussion boards very rich and stimulating. So those posts are due by Monday night at 11:59 p.m., aka midnight, but just to avoid confusion, 11:59 on Monday night is when your initial postings are required, and you will not be able to see any other of your classmates' posts until you have posted your own. So once you post it, then you'll see all of the other different kinds of responses that your peers have made. And the second assignment is that you're expected to respond to at least 4 of your classmates' posts themselves on the discussion boards. I have posted a rubric for what I expect about those discussion board posts and your responses on the course website under rubrics. But essentially, they're not meant to be kind of casual posts or responses, but really reflective, constructive, and scholarly discussions that you're going to be having. So you're going to cite the readings, you're going to ask some critical questions about your peers' responses, or build upon what they've suggested in scholarly and reflective and constructive ways. So those are the first 2 assignments, your posts, your responses. The other 2 assignments, one is journal entries, reflective journal entries for each module. So again, you'll be doing 2 each week since we do 2 modules per week for the summer session. Those are due at Sunday night at 11:59 p.m. The final assignment is a final project, and that project can result in different products. So you could either do a traditional research paper, or you can do a more creative project, for instance, creating a film or a video about religious views of death and dying. And I've posted more about that on the course website under Final Project. So now I'd just like to briefly orient you to the course website. And if you have any questions remaining after viewing this, please feel free to email me. Okay, here we go. Okay, so this is the homepage, and hopefully you've had a chance to read the welcome, to look at the course syllabus, the course schedule, which gives you an overview of the deadlines for the course. I've also posted, what are qualities that make for a successful online student, and then this is my contact information. Now, if you look to the toolbar on the left, this is really important. This is where you're going to find the modules. So if you click on modules, what you'll find come up are the 8 modules for the course. So in the first week, we're going to do modules 1 and 2, Death and Dying in Contemporary America and Death and Dying in Hindu Traditions, and so on and so forth. So these are the modules that you'll go through each week. If you'll click, I'll click, for instance, on Death and Dying in Hindu Traditions. For each module, what you'll find is first it begins with an overview. These are questions that we're going to sort of explore in this module. You're also asked to, before you begin the readings, write down what you currently know about the topic for that module. So for instance here, about Hindu views of death and dying. Write down what you know before you read. You're going to reflect on what you learned. So it's important to know, well, I came in with this kind of understanding and this is how it's changed. So start out doing that, and then you'll see these are the objectives for this particular module. There is a to-do list. So it starts with what you should read. And then for each module, I would highly encourage you to take this self-assessment quiz. It's not graded, but I'll check to make sure that you're actually doing these, because this helps you reflect on, are you actually comprehending the readings that we're doing? And it'll correct you. It'll give you feedback on, no, actually, this is what the reading said. Then typically you'll be asked to view something. For instance, here's a film on death and dying in Varanasi in India. Then you'll be asked to post into the discussion board. And finally, write your reflective journal entry. So here you'll see the self-assessment quiz. If you click on this, it'll take you to the quiz and it'll assess your understanding of the readings for the module. You can post to the module's discussion board by clicking on this link. Here's the link for the journal entry. And then typically for further study, that's just, if you're interested in exploring some of these topics further, these are some suggestions. So that's what you'll find for each of the modules here. You can also access the discussion boards, the journals, and the final project by clicking on these links here. So if you click on the toolbar, it'll take you to the discussion boards page. Now on the discussion boards page, what you'll find is there's a student lounge. This is just for you guys to chat. You guys want to talk. This is all for you. I don't monitor this. This is just so you guys can have a kind of casual, non-formal interaction with each other. This I will check. It's Ask Me. If you have any questions about assignment, you find that a link is broken, you can post here. Otherwise, you can email me. But this is something that you might think that others will also encounter issues. Now, this is where we begin the discussion boards. So your self-introductions. You should post your self-introduction as soon as possible so that we can get to know each other. But then you'll find that each module also has a discussion board. And you just click on this and it'll take you to that discussion board thread. And you just click on Create Thread, and that creates your response. And then once you've submitted that, then everyone else will be able to see that once they've uploaded their responses. So that's how the discussion boards work. And you'll find, all of them are posted here. So you can access them by clicking on discussion boards, or they're also available in the modules. Similar for the journals, right? Links are included in each of the modules, but you'll find all of them included here as well. Now, rubrics in the toolbar, those are rubrics for the discussion board posts and responses. An excellent response critically analyzes, engages with the reading, synthesizes, shows that you have proofread. And then you'll find a rubric for your responses to other posts, as well as a rubric for journal entries. So if you have any questions about, well, what exactly am I what makes for a good discussion board post, just go here under rubrics. My grades, if you click on My Grades, that will show you your current grades for the course. If you have feedback, if you click on Got Feedback, I'm always open to any feedback about this course. You can email me. There's also going to be a more formal evaluation at the end called the idea evaluation of the course overall. Then there are additional resources. So here's where you will find, for instance, the Netiquette resource that I was discussing, and other resources at UNCW. So that's sort of a brief overview to the course website. And finally, I'll just briefly mention the final project. So I've kind of given an overview here, but again, this enables you to do research on whatever topic is of interest to you. So you can choose for yourself what the topic would be. You just need to include at least 4 scholarly peer-reviewed sources in your project. Now, if you opt for the creative project, you won't be turning in a formal paper, but you will be analyzing those sources. So you'll need to be turning in an annotated bibliography of the sources that you used. I'll discuss that further as the course goes on. But again, if you have any questions after viewing this, please email me. But essentially what I've hoped is that I've given you a kind of good orientation to the course website, and so you can jump in. Our first assignments will be due the first day of class, that first Monday at 11:59 p.m. You should have posted for the first 2 modules the discussion board. So Again, email me if you have questions. Otherwise, I'm really looking forward to the course, and I look forward to learning alongside you.